He didn't lose his family overnight. He spent them over a woman he never met in real life. This is the haunting reality of the Grant Amato case. Grant Amato was once a nurse trainee living a seemingly unremarkable life in Florida. But beneath the surface, a digital obsession was taking root. While he was supposed to be preparing for a life of care and service, his real attention was elsewhere. He was retreating further and further into his screen. Amato had discovered the world of cam sites. What started as a search for connection soon turned into a catastrophic addiction that would cost him everything. He became fixated on a performer, spending thousands of dollars to keep her attention. The money wasn't just currency. It was his only link to a world he felt he controlled. In this virtual space, he wasn't just a viewer. He was a high roller, a benefactor. He was someone important. But the price of that importance was his reality. By the time his family realized the extent of the damage, Amato had already spent over $200,000 of their collective savings. The virtual world became more real to him than his own home. He wasn't just watching, he was drowning, and he refused to be rescued. His parents, Chad and Margaret, along with his brother Cody, tried to intervene. They gave him an ultimatum: the cam site or his family. But for Grant, there was no choice. To him, his family weren't people anymore. They were obstacles between him and his digital sanctuary. The pressure mounted until it reached a breaking point. In January 2019, the tension finally snapped into a horrific act of violence. The house went silent. For days, no one heard from the Amatos. The silence was the first sign that the nightmare had fully crossed into reality. When police finally entered the home, they found what can only be described as a calculated execution. Chad, Margaret, and Cody were gone. The scene was clinical, cold, and utterly devastating. A family destroyed not by a stranger, but by one of their own. Digital evidence uncovered the chilling sequence of events. Massive spending continued even as his family lay dead in the other rooms. He didn't stop. His first instinct wasn't remorse. It was to return to the digital world he had sacrificed them for. The detachment was complete. As one detective put it, this wasn't just an addiction. It was a total detachment from the value of human life. Real people had become nothing more than currency. During his interrogation, Amato remained eerily calm. He spoke about his girlfriend as if she were the only thing that mattered, even then. The jury's decision was swift. Guilty on all counts. Grant Amato would spend the rest of his natural life behind bars, far from any screen. It didn't begin with violence. It began with escape, a search for a virtual life that felt better than the real one. But in the end, reality caught up, and the price of that escape was 3 lives that can never be replaced. The digital dream died, leaving only silence.
In August 1985, a quiet farmhouse in Essex became the site of a haunting crime. 5 family members were found shot dead, sparking a mystery that would last decades. The victims, Neville and June Bamber, their daughter Sheila, and her twin sons. The investigation eventually led to the conviction of the family's son, Jeremy Bamber. It happened at White House Farm, where the Bambers lived as wealthy landowners. But beneath the surface, tensions brewed over inheritance and family disputes. In August 1985, police received an emergency report from the farm. Officers found a harrowing scene, 5 bodies spread across the house. A .22 caliber rifle was found at the scene, leading to an immediate theory. Police initially believed Sheila Caffell had killed her family and then herself. This was accepted early because the weapon was found near her body. However, the murder-suicide explanation quickly began to collapse. Investigators suspected the scene had been staged to hide the truth. Jeremy claimed his father called, saying Sheila was going crazy with a gun. But the timing of this call didn't align with the forensic evidence. The silencer became a key issue. Could Sheila have actually used it? Ballistics suggested she couldn't have committed the crime with it attached. Suspicion shifted to Jeremy when a financial motive was uncovered: inheritance. The prosecution argued Jeremy staged the night to secure the estate. They claimed Sheila was already dead when the scene was arranged. The defense argued Sheila's history made the suicide theory plausible. They maintained there was no direct evidence linking Jeremy to the crime. In 1986, the jury found Jeremy Bamber guilty of all 5 murders. He was sentenced to life with a whole life tariff, meaning no release. Bamber remains in prison today, still maintaining his innocence. The case remains one of the UK's most debated true crime mysteries. Experts continue to disagree on whether the evidence supports his conviction. From a quiet farm to a legal battle, it remains a haunting story. A story of secrets hidden within a seemingly peaceful rural life. Thanks for watching. Follow us for more deep dives into true crime.
A house that doesn't wake up. Mom, are you awake? Silence. On the surface, it was the perfect family life. Meet Anthony Todd, a physical therapist, husband, and father of 3. His life appeared stable. Loving wife, 3 young children, success on paper. But subtle cracks were forming behind closed doors, stress hidden from the world, financial strain, and an increasing sense of isolation within the household. The camera lingers on ordinary moments, too normal, too staged. Act 2, the quiet descent. The house becomes colder, lights stay off longer. Conversations become shorter. A growing sense of withdrawal replaces warmth. Sleepless nights. A man staring at the collapse of his financial success. A family slowly retreating into silence. The outside world continues unaware. Sometimes collapse doesn't look like chaos. Sometimes it looks like silence. Act 3, the locked house. Exterior, a suburban street, early morning. Something is wrong. No school drop-off, no movement in windows, no sound at all. A wellness check is requested. Police arrive at the home. They knock. No answer. They enter. The tone shifts instantly. The house feels frozen. A detective quietly says, "This isn't abandonment. It's something else." Act 4, the truth in pieces. Investigators piece together the timeline. What emerges is devastating. A prolonged period of isolation inside the home. Financial collapse pressures. A breakdown hidden from the outside world. A family trapped in an unfolding tragedy no one saw. Silence becomes evidence. Detectives struggle to reconcile the image of a normal family man with the truth. Act 5, the man who didn't run. Interrogation room. Fluorescent light hums. Anthony Todd sits still. No dramatic outburst, no attempt to flee, just stillness. The truth comes out in fragments, flat, detached, almost surreal. He was already gone. Final act, after the door closes, courtroom. No applause, no chaos, just silence. Verdict, guilty. Cut to the empty house. Wind moves through curtains. A child's drawing still on the fridge. A family photograph slightly tilted on the wall. Some homes don't become crime scenes in a moment. They become them slowly. In the quiet suburbs of Oklahoma, a tragedy unfolded that would shock the nation and challenge our understanding of domestic violence. July 2015. Broken Arrow was known for its peaceful neighborhoods and close-knit community. But behind the doors of one home, a dark plan was taking shape. The Bever family lived a private life. The children were homeschooled, largely isolated from the world outside their front door. Robert and Michael Bever, the 2 eldest brothers, spent their time in that isolation nursing a growing obsession with notoriety. They weren't just troubled, they were calculating. Their goal was to execute a mass casualty event that would surpass the most infamous crimes in history. For months, they gathered weapons and tactical gear, planning every detail of an attack on their own flesh and blood. On the night of July 22nd, the brothers' internal fantasy turned into a horrific reality. The stabbing was not a moment of rage, but a systematic execution. A desperate 911 call from one of the younger siblings provided the first alert. The caller's voice was a harrowing testament to the chaos inside. When officers arrived, they found a scene that defied explanation. 5 family members had been lost. 2 survived. Robert and Michael were found in the woods behind the house, tracked down by canine units. They offered no resistance and no remorse. The tragedy raises chilling questions about the nature of domestic violence when it involves premeditation by minors. This wasn't a sudden break. It was a mission. During the trials, the evidence revealed a disturbing level of preparation, journals and digital footprints that spoke of a desire for infamy. Broken Arrow was left to mourn a family that had vanished overnight, leaving behind a community grappling with the why. It serves as a somber reminder that the most dangerous threats can sometimes grow in silence, nurtured by isolation and a detachment from reality. By analyzing these events, we hope to better understand the early warning signs of premeditated domestic violence. For more detailed case studies and psychological analysis, please visit our website. Awareness is the first step toward prevention. The case also sets significant legal precedents regarding the sentencing of minors for heinous crimes, highlighting the debate between rehabilitation and justice. In the years since, the house has been demolished and replaced with a memorial garden, a space meant for healing and remembrance. The resilience of the survivors remains the only light in this dark chapter, as they continue to build lives away from the shadow of that night. The Bever case remains a study in the extremes of human behavior, a tragedy that continues to be analyzed by criminologists and psychologists alike. Their digital legacy serves as a warning of how online spaces can sometimes amplify dangerous ideologies and vulnerable young minds. Identifying early warning signs in adolescent behavior is crucial in preventing such meticulously planned acts of domestic terror. If you or someone you know is in danger or needs help, please reach out to the resources listed on your screen. You are not alone. May the memory of those lost be a catalyst for change and a deeper commitment to the safety of our families. Produced with a focus on factual analysis and respect for the victims. Thank you for engaging with this difficult history. Peace be with you. May we all find a path toward healing and awareness.